In today's video, we're going to look at the tips and strategies which will enable you to become a millionaire even if your income is fairly low. Tip number 1 is to save what you can. Saving as a practice is not dependent on how much you earn. All you need to do is to establish the intention to save something, be it 5% or 10% of your earnings. Then when you get in the habit of saving money, no matter how small, it won't feel unusual when you start earning more. Whether you're a single parent or a multi-income household, you should shift the focus to saving for yourself and anyone else who relies on you as a provider and a role model. Put whatever possible amount you can in a savings account every week and leave it there for an emergency. Tip number 2 is to save first. Save first, spend later. Keep aside say 20% of your income for savings every time you get paid before doing anything else. This way you'll be saving every month and have a clear idea about how much you will have by the end of the year. Even if you have debts to pay, make sure you're saving something for yourself because emergencies always come unexpected. This is crucial for learning how to budget money on a low income because it prioritizes future forward thinking. Tip number 3 is to open a savings account. It's a good idea to open a bank account that's dedicated to savings only. No matter how much money you have in your checking account, it can be tempting to spend it as long as it is there. So keep a separate savings account, transfer a percentage to it as long as you receive your salary and don't touch it. The tip number 4 is to create a budget. No matter your income level, setting a budget is a great way to save. Give yourself a set amount to spend on groceries, bills, personal care, etc. and then make sure you don't exceed it. Be realistic when you're setting your budget. First, take time to study your family's eating and spending habits, and then create a financial plan to tighten things up without suffocating everyone. You can even use accounting software to help you that comes with crucial features such as automatic budget dashboards and expense forecasting. Use these to map out your expenses for a few months so you can design budget that can help you save moving forward. Tip number 5 is to settle your debt. Credit card debt, student loans, and other debts can hold you from reaching your financial goals. This is because the interest keeps going, making it impossible to pay off the entire amount for a very long time. When you make your budget, set aside a small portion each month to pay off existing debts and make sure that you pay off high interest debts first. Tip number 6 is to lower housing expenses. With an increase in earnings often comes a bigger house, higher rents or mortgages, and more upkeep expenses. This habit is bad to your savings goals. Smart shopping can go a long way if you have been struggling to save money with a low income. Sometimes living a bit below your means is the best way to build wealth in the future. Tip number 7 is to lower your car expenses. Owning a car is expensive. You spend thousands of dollars a year on insurance, registration fees, car payments, routine maintenance, unexpected repairs, and gas. So first, be sure if you can afford a car before you start shopping for one. Then if you buy one, go for a more convenient insurance and car payoff plan. You will save hundreds of dollars by doing a little market research on loans, dealership, insurance, and more. It's also often more economical to buy a used car rather than a new one. Tip number 8 is to spend less on food expenses. Food expenses have the potential to eat up all your income. It's too easy to overspend within a few nights out with friends and can easily set you back hundreds of dollars in food and drinks. Instead, plan your meals ahead and cook for yourself. It may be an unpopular advice, but cutting out alcohol will save you a ton of money. Tip number 9 is to prioritize your health. Your health should be number 1 priority even on a budget. Falling sick can make you lose your income if you have to stop working, and you'll have to spend money on treatment as well. Ensure that you follow up with your preventative care and visit the doctor when needed by getting health insurance that covers the basic costs. Unfortunately, insurance is something a lot of low-income people drop as an unnecessary expense. But this never should be an area you skimp on when budgeting. Tip number 10 is to eliminate bad habits. Besides affecting your mental and physical health, bad habits may also cost a lot of money. Behaviors like smoking cigarettes, playing the lottery, drinking, making impulse purchases, gambling, etc. are harmful to your financial health. Sure, it's a lot of fun when you do it, but imagine the toll it takes on your health and bank account. Tip number 11 is to cut down your entertainment expenses. Sorry, because that Netflix subscription is not an essential expense. If you are big on leisure and entertainment activities, it's time to cut back and use free and low-cost ways to have fun. For instance, visit your local library. go for a walk or hike, or have a movie or game night at home. Tip number 12 is to have a no spend month. If you have been wanting to know how to spend money fast on a low income, this one is for you. Plan for at least 1 month a year when you do not spend on anything other than necessities. This effort will help you see the kind of expenses you can live without and save a lot in the meantime. With this aggressive saving strategy, you can save a large chunk of money in just 1 month. It will also create a habit that you can do on your own or with others to hold yourself accountable. Tip number 13 is do it yourself what you can. You will always have things to replace or repair, and these repairs can be a burden when you're living on a low income. It won't be affordable for you to immediately replace everything that breaks or needs fixing. So learning how to do it yourself, those repairs and replacement can save you a lot of money because you won't have to pay for someone to do that for you. Just go to YouTube and learn to do it on your own. Tip number 14 is to switch banks. All banks have different policies and unique ways to entice their customers. Do your research and switch to a bank that offers more perks than your current one. The perks could include no maintenance, no ATM fees, no overdraft fees, and high interest on savings accounts, to name a few. Tip number 15 is to get freebies, coupons, and deals. Do you need a haircut? Go to the local beauty school where they will do it for free. To work out? Check out the coupons from Groupon for a bargain workout classes. You can look after your health and have fun for free or almost free. Tip number 16 is to take shorter, cooler showers. You're paying for every drop of water you're using, so why waste? Taking a cool shower will help you get out of the shower quickly, especially when it's freezing outside. This way you'll be saving water and electricity. Tip number 17 is to automate savings and bill pay. Some people are in the habit of not paying their bills and credit card payments. By then they have spent most of their money on things that don't matter. If that sounds like you, it's time to set up a direct deposit for all necessary expenses so your bank can pay on time automatically from your account. You can similarly automatic investing if you are to that point in your financial planning. Tip number 18 is to reduce heating and cooling expenses. Use a programmable thermostat that automatically sets the room temperature. This can help you save around $200 annually that you would have otherwise spent on heating and cooling. Also, invest in a standing fan instead of running the air conditioner all the time in the summer. Tip number 19 is to unplug your appliances. Even when you're not using your appliances, they will still be consuming some energy if they are plugged in. Unplug them when not in use to save on your electricity bill each month. Tip number 20 is to stick to your shopping list. Build a shopping list and stick to it. Always shop on a full stomach so that you don't end up buying junk food. Try the 30-day rule to control the impulse to purchase unnecessary items so you can always shop with a plan. Tip number 21 is to avoid falling for coupons and deals. Coupons can't be offering you incredible deals that you might fall for instantly. However, you need to hold back and make sure you don't buy anything just out of the temptation to use the coupon. Budget first and decide on an expense. Then do your research to get a deal, not the other way around. Tip number 22 is to pack your lunch. Buying lunch every day is expensive, so pack food for the office and for the kids to take to school. Sure, you'll have to buy more groceries this way, but the cumulative effect would still help you save a considerable amount of money each month. Besides, homemade food is healthier and will benefit you and your family in the long run. Tip number 23 is to save on transport. Transportation is a huge expense, so walk or ride a bike whenever you can. If you live near a coworker, consider carpooling so that you both can save money on gas. Tip number 14 is to shop clothes on a discount. Shopping for clothes at a full price can be expensive. Plus, you will rarely be so desperate for a certain clothing item that you can wait and shop around. Wait for sales so that you can buy the same clothes at a much lower cost and save money. For example, at the end of summer, unsold seasonal items like bathing suits usually get majorly discounted. Number 25 is to bank any extra cash. Since you have been setting aside savings first, it can be tempting to think of anything left over as spending money. It's okay to give yourself freedom every now and then, but if you really want to save money, any extra should be considered savings too. Follow the tips we discussed today and your financial situation will change for good drastically. Subscribe to our channel so that you won't miss any of our videos on personal finance and you get notified. Thank you for watching. See you next time.